Good morning. It's a lovely Thursday morning. I left Hamilton about 3 hours ago. Had some freezing rain and I don't know, maybe an inch or two of snow on the ground. Going through Guelph was not a problem. I'm approaching where I'm camping this weekend, which is MacGregor Point. Going through Paisley, the snow was piled up to about 6 or 7 feet on each side of the road from being plowed. The roads were very well plowed. I'm about 5 minutes away from camp. The side road here has been plowed at one time, but not very well salted or sanded. Driving slowly. I'm looking forward to a nice few days. I'm heard that the skating trail is up and running. Right now it's minus 4 degrees out. And calling for lows about minus 8, minus 10 tonight, and it should be nice. I'm only up here just for 3 days. I needed time. Just needed to get out of the city for a bit, and I haven't been out camping since last year, since December. I didn't go out anywhere in January. Oh, okay, my GPS is talking to me. That's good. Almost there. You can't see it, but my car is jam-packed of my camp gear. I think I might need to have a bit bigger car. Oh boy. You heard me say in the last segment there, I was driving down the second concession, which is plowed, but not very well, not sanded at all. And I went off the road, so I had to shovel out. It wasn't too bad. I had 2 wheels on the road and 2 wheels off, so it just took a bit of shoveling behind and in front of the 2 tires, and I was out in about 15 minutes. So here I am on campsite 52. There's the post, 52. Campsite is here. I do have a hot tent of sorts, but I do have hydro as a backup. And I had to, before I filmed here, I actually shoveled out to the plug. I want to see where it is because my cords are only 50 feet long, so I want to make sure I put my tent up in an area where I can actually reach it. I know when I pack, I don't pack properly. I pack so everything fits in the car. Here's my firewood. One advantage of having the fishing hut as a tent is it's a lot less expensive than a canvas hot tent. The drawback is on this model is it's even when it folds up, it's 6 feet long. So I had to put it in right at the bottom. It's the first thing I have to pull out, but I can't pack it any other way, so I need to take stuff out in order to get that out. This is my floor, so once the tent is out, I can put the floor in, and then I'll have more room. There's my stove, and I think, measuring out, I can set up, they have plowed along here, and up here and through here, and back for a trailer, which I'm not using, a trailer. But I can put up my tent probably right here, but I won't be able to drive through because my cord will be going through here. I don't want to be running it over. So I'm not sure if I can do much filming while I'm setting up, because I know where to put this, but I'll get things set up, and then we'll go inside, have some lunch, get some heat in there. It's not that cold actually. It's minus 4 degrees out, and not much for wind, or no wind at all. There's a rink here, plus the skating trail, and any of the roads that are closed, I can go snowshoeing on them. So I'm looking forward to a very nice a few days here. Just a nice escape out of the city. fishing hut, the plates that come with it, are actually this kind of here that would drill in. I've never used those before. I went out and bought these. They go in deeper. I've had no issues with them that way. Now let's pick it down and they'll be all set. Actually, this is a small hammer. Fits in the car and pocket by the door. That's my floor. It's a heavy duty polypropylene one. The green or blue ones that you buy at a lot of stores are okay, but they're not heavy duty. And after a couple of days, they do let melted snow through. This one is a lot heavier. The weave is a lot finer. It's too big for this tent. I wish I could find one that was a better size, but I couldn't. So that's the floor. That's the basement, or the base of the floor. I've got foam blocks to put on top of it because this is slippery, and that's the next stage. Okay, floor is down. I don't put any floor underneath the bed just because I'm cheaper. I didn't want to buy more blocks. You see over there the burn mark. First time I put these in, wasn't really thinking. I put some underneath the stove, and even though I had a fiberglass blanket over top of it, still got a burn mark there. So just a word of caution. My stove's going here, and you see I don't have that underneath it. I'll be putting a fiberglass blanket down, and then some wood underneath it to insulate it from the floor. Table and chairs, which will go up and down when I need them. I'm going to bring some heaters in here now because even though I have a stove, a wood burning stove, I like to have heat as a backup, hydro heat I mean, and I don't want to wake up every 2 hours at night to restoke the stove. I'm almost set up. This is basically how I'll run things. I do need though to take my one plug here, instead of putting it in over here, I have to bring it around outside the tent and bring it in over here so it's not close to my stove when I get that up and running. But beds there, the tables, so the tables go up and down for when I need them, same with the chair, and I can use this as a chair if I company or as a nightstand, which is great. Light at night. And as you can see, my bed's here, my stove is going over here, so that's because I know that I'm not going to be waking up to restoke it. Some people will actually take the stove and put it right next to them, so every 2 hours or so they can just wake up, lean over and put more wood in. I'm hoping to have a better sleep than that, but it's your choice, and I've seen people do it a lot, both ways. One heater's already turned off. It means it's at least 21 degrees in here, so that's good. As far as having heaters go, I do have the two. This one is set for Fahrenheit. It's set for 72, which is 22 degrees Celsius. This one is set for 21, and it turned off. I have no issues bringing those in as backup heat for overnight, and when I'm come back in, I haven't started the stove up. I have no issues with that. I was camping at the Pinery, I think it was 2 or maybe 3 years ago. I was walking around to see everybody's setup, and there's one lady from Mississauga had a smaller tent, and she had 3 heaters in there plus a big stove, and it was heating up her tent to I think about 25 or 26 degrees Celsius, which for me that's too hot. However, you might think, oh, that's wimpy camping, but no, it's not. The wimpy camper is one who's staying at home in their house and not coming out here. I don't care what you do to get you out to enjoy the outdoors. Just do it. There we go. Look at that. This window here. So I'm going to set up my stove in a few minutes. I had breakfast like at 7 o'clock, so I'm going to have some lunch. It's almost 2 now. So we'll get that going, and then go for a little walk around. Tomorrow it's my skating day and snowshoeing day, and looking forward to it. As you see, I do use 2 heaters, just because I don't want to be restoking the stove every 2 or 3 hours at night when I'm trying to sleep. However, a word of warning here. Make sure I have an adapter here to plug one into the 30 amp, one into 15. There are 2 plugs here for the 15. However, they run the same circuit breaker, and having more than one heater on a circuit breaker will trip the breaker. So if you're going to use 2 heaters, then you need to do that. This wood splitter here, I got it at a store in St. Catharines about 3 years ago. I saw Tracy Rowley using it, and it's a game changer. It makes things, you know, Ontario Parts wood is not always the best, but when you split it, it works just fine. And this is an easy split. I've had 10-year-old kids, so my cup pack easily split this and safely. This one has a knot in it somewhere that's caused a problem sometimes. There we go. Okay, I think I have everything set up almost the way I want it. On a hot tent, they have certain spots where you can actually hang something with. I have to improvise here, but I can hang my snow pants up here. Just 2 half hitches here, tied around, wrap it around here, wrap it around. That's so it won't be moving up all the time. And ready to go. And more importantly, my stove's going. Haven't had lunch yet. It's after 3 o'clock. I chopped up some wood. Hopefully that would be enough for my lunch, my supper, and bedtime tonight. So I've got 2 more bags still, 2.5 more bags. Anyway, there's a nice fire going, and pretty soon that will turn off my heater, and pretty soon I'll be having some lunch. May take a while. My soup or stew is still frozen. That could take a while to thaw out, but that's okay. The fan here, it will come on when it reaches about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and I have a stack thermometer here to tell that. It's supposed to go on at 50, but it doesn't. But it will turn. But once it's going, it'll keep going as low as 50 degrees on the stack, but it won't start till it reaches about 100. And that just pushes out the air to warm it up in here quicker. I'd forgotten that it takes longer, even though the stove's going well, it takes longer to actually to boil water and heat things up. So just something I have to remember first time I go out each year what they use in the stove. That's what it is. However, it is warm in here. My heater is set for 66 degrees. It's turned off. The temperature in here right now is 82, which is warmer than my house. And I have 2 windows open because I don't like it that hot in here. Just waiting for my lunch to go. Boiling water. Let's see how my stew is, my soup is. It's starting to boil a little bit. Should be ready in a few minutes, and I can eat just in time for supper. Our lunch is just, it's, I don't know if you want to call it a stew or a very thick soup, but it's rice with chicken and veggies, and my tea is just warming, it's just still boiling, and I'll have a crispy square, which is low sugar, and an apple for dessert. Bon appetit to me. There's a yurt, no, yurt is a cabin right across the road from my site. Obviously, it's booked because Ontario Parks here, it's about 10 minutes ago, plowing out and shoveling out the walkway for them. I think mostly trailers are here, but right now I'm on a trek to find something very important. There's something very important up here that I'm looking for. There's a nicely shoveled trail here. Let's see if that leads to where I want to go. You can see a fair bit of snow here, and look how it is on the trees. That just looks lovely. And so does this building right here. Well, it's just about time for supper, or will be in about half an hour, which is how long it'll take me to get my my meal ready. In the meantime, I'm going to try and bake some cookies again. I did this a few years ago. These are, the dough's already made. They're butter balls. They have walnuts in them. I'm going to put them on my pan, and they'll go underneath the stove. Now, when cooking them at home, these are ready in about 10 to 12 minutes. Now, I can set the temperature up to 350 and away you go, or 325 I think it is. Can't do that here. I don't have any control over exactly the temperature underneath the stove. So it'll likely take 45 minutes or so, but we'll see. There we go. It's parchment paper I have underneath that, just so they won't stick to the pan. And we'll see how these come out. Slide them inside. Underneath, I mean. So, there they are. There they go. And we'll see how that goes at 7 o'clock. So we'll see how that goes. When I arrived this afternoon at about 12:15, it was a nice calm day out. Minus 4 degrees, which is nice for this time of year. Lots of snow out here. It looked gorgeous on the trees, and it still does. But the nice calm day is turned into, it's rather windy out there. We're getting gusts every once in a while, and it's quiet right now. Yeah, right when I film this, it gets quiet. But we've had some gusts, some gust winds up here. I'm not sure what the speed of it is. Yeah, I just did a bit of a walk around the area. There are 2 areas here that are open for camping. To walk around, it looks like there's a lot of sites taken. But one thing that they do at MacGregor here is they have seasonal sites, so you can book it until the end of March. I'm not sure when it starts, the end of October or what have you, I'm not sure. But when you book seasonal, it books till the end of March. And lots of trailers here that are on site, and they're all seasonal. There are people here that are in the cabins. I believe this park's doing the same thing as most other parks, is they're replacing the yurts with cabins, basically because they can charge more for them. That's the explanation I got at Pinery last December. Talking to the staff there, they said that that's what they were doing, is replacing the yurts with cabins so they could charge more. And you know, it's nicer, but problem with I did book a yurt here a few years ago. What I didn't like about it is, of course, in a yurt you can't cook inside the tent, which makes sense. So your barbecue is outside, but if it's raining or snowing out, there's very little cover for most of the barbecues. So you're trying to cook in the rain, which I didn't like. So if you have a cabin, that solves that problem. But you solve everything if you just bring your own tent here with you, winter tent, and sit in the warmth and cook inside here. That solves all the problems. I'll check on my dinner soon. Let's check on and make sure I have flame still. Alright. That looks good in there. It's a craft dinner casserole with hamburger and KD and tomato soup. Simple meal. The cookies, yeah, they look down on the bottom, and because it's not really an oven, the top of them looked cooked, but the bottom part of them wasn't. So now they're on top here for a few minutes, and not quite the same as when I cooked them at home, but they're gonna be tasty. But in the meantime, this is camp. I'm not having a campfire, but I have a fire going inside. So my Captain Morgan is here to keep me company. And some old Dutch will join him. I want to thank you all for watching another Camper 69 video. And if you like the video, please click on the like. It helps other people to find my page. And if you like to, please subscribe to my account. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.